Okay, I'm with Gary Ventress, the ground consultant here at York City. We're looking out on the pitch here at Bootham Crescent. Tell us the secret. How have you managed to keep it so good this season?
Well, it's just something I've done for a long time, and it's we got, when I first come in, the pitch was struggling a little bit, and we went down the routes of getting agronomists and different things, seeing what was wrong with it. We sorted out, put a feeding strategy into place, and we've took it forward really, because it's a multi-purpose. The sport, it's quite high maintenance because of the amount of games it has on it. We've played a few reserve teams this year as well, and obviously with the rugby as well. It needs to be well rooted and stay in the ground for the traction, for obviously especially for rugby, so they limit the damage so it can continue playing football on it.
You must be delighted with it at this stage of the season.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. If any groundsman who's been in the game, and they do it for a long time, and they always say if you can keep a good grass cover on your field, on your pitch till Christmas time, then you've got a decent chance to continue that on when all the bad weather starts to hit us. So in that respect, yeah, we're delighted in the cover on it, and this day and age there's different things you can do on pitches that you couldn't do when I first started many years ago. Like, we've just reseeded the pitch. I reseeded the pitch three and a half weeks ago now with it's like a winter grass that germinates at 2-3 degrees. You'll get a strike with it with tetraploid, and you can grow seed at them temperatures, whereas years ago you couldn't really do that. So we can get it if we keep working it. The secret is keep at it and try and keep as much grass as you can for as long as you can, really.
So winter is looming large. How are you going to deal with the frosty conditions and the cold weather?
Yeah, well, that's another problem we have, and obviously the lads, we all were on standby for when the temperature drops. And what the club have is they have these frost sheets here which keep the frost out to about -2, -3. We put 20 of them across the field, nail down, and then cover the whole pitch as the temperatures drop. And then the morning of the game, we come in and we'll have to take them out, unravel them all and take them all off, and keep the pitch obviously frost free so we can get the games on. And at the minute, that's one of with the grass cover. If you've got a decent grass cover, then you've got half a chance as well, and keep the moisture out of the pitch so it doesn't freeze as quick. So there's a lot involved getting games on, and that's when you earn your corn, if you like, as a groundsman, getting games on and getting them played, really.
Is there a certain temperature where it becomes almost impossible to make the pitch playable?
Well, yeah, if you start getting down to the -5s, -6s, and then they start to struggle a bit with that. But if you get it early enough and you keep it and rotate it, you've got half a chance. But them temperatures tend to, like I said before, if you've got good grass cover, that tends to help in moistures out of the pitch and different things. But 6s and 7s, you tend to struggle a bit.
Yeah, too bad, isn't it? Beautiful, eh? Take a stud. Oh, fantastic.
Go on.
All right.
Does this pitch have any problem areas?
Not problem areas of such. I believe it did have before, and they've issued and they've put new drainage system in place and took away the waterlogging and stuff. But as far as areas that, not really. I mean, the grass cover, as you can see, for the Christmas time is as good as you would probably ask for anywhere with the amount of games it has on it. There was a lot of problem with the pH levels and stuff, and alkalising the soil, and it was very active for worms, and I've had to do quite a quite an aggressive spraying to get rid of suppress the worm castings, which spoils the look of the pitch, which was a problem. But we've got on top of everything now in the time I've been here. Well, as you can see, when I heard of the pitch, there was a lot of activity with the levels and the pH levels, and the worm activity was unbelievable across the whole pitch. And as you can see, that this is where my boom stops, and that's what the pitch would have been like with all the casting and the worms, and we've managed to spray them and keep the pitch clean, because obviously that takes your presentation away from your pitch with when you're cutting it and you get the black marks all over the pitch, and it spoils the presentation. Well, now the difference between the area that I didn't do and the field is for you to see yourself, really.
Is it a 7-day-a-week job?
Yeah, it's one of those jobs that you have to live the job, really. It's a lot of it, and it's pride. You need to have a massive pride, and obviously you look out on it, and that's your little 40, and you work up to match days. And yeah, it is a 7 days, and the feeds and the schedules and the water and the moisture levels, everything has to be absolutely spot on for the healthy pitch.
Yeah. Earlier this season we had a film crew at Bilden Crescent filming a Bollywood movie. Did that do any damage to the pitch?
Surprisingly, it didn't, because of the time. The timing of it was quite good, because it was in the middle of the summer, and the only thing that was detrimental, I thought, was we had to take the height down less than that I'd like to have done at that time of the year, because on hockey you're talking about 14, 15 mil. Well, your normal pitch height's about 25, so we had to reduce the height and get it back quite quickly. And there's a few areas where the isolated of the camera work was damaged, but not really that detrimental to the pitch.
Yeah. The rugby league season is obviously getting closer. Does that provide a fresh set of headaches for the groundsman?
Yeah, it's the turnaround and the turnaround from games and the markings, and then again if the grass covers there and the traction and the grass will stay in the ground, you've got half a chance if they don't churn it up and keep it free flowing. But as far as it's stood up to, I mean, luckily it's a summer in the rugby league, and we'd only overlap for sort of 2 or 3 months, beginning and the end of the season. So it's difficult, but it's quite interesting, to be honest.
Do you get any requests from the team manager ahead of a match day as to how he wants the pitch?
Well, yeah, certain managers, well, they like things, and majority of them is, especially Martin. I've worked with Martin before at other places, and I know what he likes and how he likes his pitches. And like the watering and to slick the pitch up before the game and keep it cut, get it nice and short for them and slick it up with the water, give it a couple of squirt at half time, and when they come back out and stuff, they like it to be quick.
Just tell us a little bit about your background then. Where have you worked in the past, and how did you end up at York City?
It's been a long I've been doing this since I left school. I haven't done anything apart from pitches and grounds and stuff, and it was about 36 years. I ended up. I started off at Sunderland Football Club, and was head groundsman for Sunderland for a long time, and first division, the Manchester, Liverpools, and the likes, and then I went into golf for a little while. And as I was groundsman at Sunderland, funnily enough, Martin Gray and the Brian Atkinson are the lads at York now. They were players there, and then after I went into golf, I saw the advertisement for the Darlington Arena to sort the pitch out down there. Was having problems with drainage, and it looked quite a good challenge. And I decided to jump at it. And Martin and Dave Penny, Dave was manager then, funnily enough, and I worked for them until the administration. And then I went and I work now at a boarding school at Barnard Castle, which I love, and that's multi-sport with the rugby union. But we have the same thing. Rugby then would turn things around, and then Martin asked me to go, and I got asked to go to Bishop Auckland to sort their pitch out where Darlington played, and Martin was manager then. and I put a new pitch in for them, £60,000 worth of new drainage, sprinkler systems. I oversaw the whole lot, and that's come on. That pitch has come on fantastic, and now Middlesbrough under 23s use it, so I consult on that one as well. And I got also, then after that, I got asked to go back to the arena, funnily enough, after I left all them years ago, to do the pitch for the All Blacks. The All Blacks were training on it for the World Cup, and the pitch, I went and sorted the pitch out for them there, and I stayed, and I still do consultancy for them and match days and make sure that their pitch is up to scratch. Rugby Union, and they have England internationals on there now, and Sky, and they had, so it's quite a lot going on. And then obviously I got the phone call to come down to York when the groundsman left, and I was down here for about 3 months, and then funnily enough, Martin, David, and the people who I've worked with before, they turned up with you. They now work at York, and which I'm pleased with, because they're proper like our class of proper football men. You know, the winners, and if I can give them that and produce that, then you've got half a chance, to be fair, and that's what I've always given Matt, and that's why I think we've stuck together for quite a bit.
Do you have much involvement with the training ground, the pitches up there?
No, not as much. I mean, I am involved in the fact that it's part of the club, and we have a lad up, that Kevin, who's been here a long time, and he's based up there now. And if there's any problems, I organise sort of the verti draining and the earthquake, and then do the bit of fertilising and whatever's to do. But mainly I'm focused on the pitch here. And any problems come along, I am available down there, and I do pass on my knowledge that I've had for the long time I've been doing it.
Patterns on the pitch, is there any particular reason why you do the pitch a certain way?
Not really. It just becomes what I mentioned before with just the pride, and I think it looks a bit obviously different with the lines on and the circles and stuff. And I think the fans and the players, I think it looks better, and it's just a bit fun really, make it look better. And the one I do with for York, I get some stick off the people in there, because they ask us if I'm doing, they call it my lattice pie, because I do the centre circle with small, and then I cross them over, and they just call it, are you doing your lattice pie for the game today? So I tend to do that one because of the just to carry on the bit of momentum and the laugh that we have around the club, like, to be fair.
Why did you go into this profession?
It was just something, my family background, and my dad and were farmers, and I was obviously brought up with the farming life, and I just progressed, and I just ended up wanting something I had a passion for, and I just went from school straight into it. And like I said, when I ended up at Sunderland, at the time I was classed as, I was the youngest head groundsman in the Football League at the time. And it was quite a daunting thing, because Sunderland were in the First Division, and just progressed, and then kept on it, and never been out of work, and 36 years later I'm still doing it.
And have you got an immaculate garden as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's like a busman's holiday. But yeah, it is. It's I don't necessarily go on as much as like with the stripes and stuff, but it is, yeah. It's like on a weekend I tend to get in it and make it and feed it and make it look nice. Yeah.